In July 2025, the world's attention turns to Rio de Janeiro. The BRICS Summit is back, and it's bigger than ever. Originally formed as a coalition of 5 major emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, the BRICS group has now expanded into a powerful force for the global South. Today, it includes 6 new members: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Indonesia. Together, these 11 countries represent over half the world's population, nearly 40% of the global economy, and a growing demand to reshape the world order. But what exactly is BRICS aiming to achieve in 2025? And who's leading the conversation? Let's break it down. The expansion of BRICS isn't just symbolic. It marks a shift in the global balance of power. These countries are pushing for reforms in global institutions, fairer trade systems, and more influence in how the world is governed. As the 2025 summit begins in Brazil, the message is clear. The Global South wants a stronger voice, and BRICS is the platform to deliver it. This year's summit covers a wide range of topics, but a few key themes stand out. First, global financial reform. BRICS leaders are calling for changes at the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They want fairer representation for developing countries, more transparent leadership selection, and financial policies that reflect the realities of the 21st century, not those of the post-World War II era. Second, currency and trade. While talk of a common BRICS currency has cooled, the group is making real progress in trading with national currencies, like the rupee, yuan, or riel, instead of relying on the US dollar. The goal is to protect their economies from exchange rate shocks and reduce dependency on Western financial systems.
Political leaders have to take economic decisions, and that's why your discussion is essential to create a new trade currency. It's complicated and has political challenges, but if we don't find a new formula, we will end the 21st century like we started the 20th century, and that will not be beneficial for humanity.
Third, climate and development. Brazil, as the 2025 host, is putting climate at the center of the agenda. Announcements on sustainable development, tropical forest protection, and green financing are expected, all ahead of the COP30 Climate Summit later this year, also hosted by Brazil. Fourth, technology, health, and infrastructure. The BRICS New Development Bank is exploring new ways to support member countries, including financing public health systems, AI governance, and infrastructure projects.
BRICS countries and the Global South must stop being a passive recipient to the development model imposed to become an active architect of its future. Since its creation, NDB was built based on a premise that member countries can define their paths of development.
Now let's talk about the key players at this year's summit. President Lula of Brazil is hosting the event and playing a leading role in setting the agenda. Prime Minister Modi of India is in Rio as part of a broader diplomatic tour across Latin America and Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa is representing South Africa. Leaders from Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Indonesia, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia are also participating, highlighting the growing influence of the expanded bloc. However, 2 major figures are noticeably absent. Russian President Vladimir Putin is addressing the summit remotely due to the international arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is attending in person on Russia's behalf. Meanwhile, Chinese President Xi Jinping is skipping the summit for the first time since 2013. He has sent Premier Li Qiang to represent China instead, a move that has sparked speculation about China's shifting focus or internal priorities. Despite these absences, the summit remains a major gathering of global influence. So what does BRICS 2025 really mean? It's not just about creating alternatives to the West, it's about reshaping the rules of the global game. In a world facing economic uncertainty, climate change, and shifting geopolitical alliances, BRICS is becoming a critical voice for a more multipolar world. Whether it can move from bold ideas to coordinated action, that's what the world will be watching in Rio.